While there's a lot of uncertainty around the direction of the economy, whether we're going to fall into a recession, what's happening with Bitcoin, crypto, stocks, and real estate, the charts are showing us a different story. This time we have the macro swing indicator on our 2-week chart turning green. In this video, let's look at the objective data around what happens next after the swing chart turns green from the bottoms of Bitcoin. Let's get started with our index finger by clicking the like button at the top of the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to make that like section exciting for you guys. And of course, the top of the video description link is our free crypto and economic report. Go to our website and hit that free report once every 2 weeks to your email inbox, along with our channel sponsors, Bybit, BitGet, and for the Aussies, SwiftX, Australian cryptocurrency exchange, down there for your massive sign-up bonuses. All right, so we're looking at the trend reversal that has happened on the 2-week chart here for Bitcoin using our TI Ganswing indicator. This is the yellow line that you see here that is marking in the tops and the bottoms for the weekly chart. And in terms of the data itself, we're using 2 bars. So we're looking for 2 moves in the direction of the trend. So 2 weeks down or 2 weeks up will turn the trend of the chart. It'll turn the swings. And once we break out of the swings, this gives us the trend changing. So we've just seen that happen at the beginning of January, and this current week also broke to another high. So this is setting in new highs and new lows on the macro chart here on the 2-week swing. You can see we're on a weekly chart and we have 2-week swing. Now I want to go back to the previous cycles and have a look at how this has occurred. We're going from the red to the green. Essentially, we've been in bear markets before. We go down for a year or so, and then once this market turns green, like you can see here, this generally marks the end. And like we've only got a few cycles to look through here, the market has not gone below the previous cycle low. So let's first take a look at 2017 top, the 2018 bear with that sideways accumulation period, quite a big range through 2019 and 20. So the market obviously headed down from that point. The trend turned red. That's what this background is right here. And the yellow swing tops allow us to see that the trend is still down. The macro trend was still down. It wasn't until the breaking here of April, in April of that top, that we got the green background here. The reds and the blacks, it's all down or uncertain, but essentially this is all down from this point. The market turned green, and obviously we went on a nice big run to the peak of June. Like you can see, this did take some time. If we measure from the low to the next low, this was 455 days. The low to the top, 196 days. The low to the next top, around 427 days. And then the cycle low to the next top was 616 days. And I want to take it to the breakout point of that previous top. So as it broke $14,000, roughly 700 days. So we still have a fair bit of time at these levels, even though the trend is now showing us that it's turned up. We've got a green background here as it's broken through the weekly swing top, and the trend can turn red again. But the important thing here is that we're looking for a cycle low, signs of a cycle low, probabilities swinging in favor that the cycle low is in. And with this green background, with the trend turning green, this gives us another pretty good sign that the low is in. Now, the other time that the market went from green to red, then back to green, was through the pandemic. We had a very severe drop to this low. It was short-lived, and before you know it, you're back into the green. So barring any sort of pandemic low, we should see the market continue to stay green, potentially black in an uncertain time, but still the cycle low looking like it is formed based on the trend of this indicator turning green. Stepping back to 2014 and 15, we have the bear market that's come into play again. You can see how clearly the trend is showing up with the TIA Ganswing indicator. You can see those tops. You can see where you can put your short stop losses at the point there and then exit that short position all the way from the top down to the lows based on Gans swings. As the market broke out of the top, the trend turned green, and then we went sideways for a little bit of a volatility move, and then of course the market started to rally from that point. You can see that again, there was one short period of a red trend, because that's showing that the highs were becoming lower and the lows were also becoming lower. But another important factor to note here is that the lows continue to remain above the cycle low. So we had that first sign of green, the first trend breaking the bear market trend within this period here. Then that was the sign that we were off to the races from that point. The Ganswing indicator is linked in the top of the video description. It has developers working on it all the time. So if there's anything that needs updating, we are there to update it. This is not a stationary tool that someone's developed and it's just died off. This is something that is live and working all the time. It's something that I use for all of my trading. As you can see here, how it identifies the trend from the top to the bottom and clear signals on the way down that the market has not yet reversed, all the way until these bottom areas where you start to get a change in the background here of the trend color. So looking at this in terms of time frames as well, through these bear markets, you can see we had the bear market of 2015 and 14 that lasted around 400 days. That took us all the way to the bottom. Then we began to go sideways before the trend turned green. So it's important to note the amount of time that the market had spent trending down before this market turned green. The reason I bring that up is that we can fast forward to the top in 2021. The trend turned red, but then we went up again because the tops were taken out. The market was trending up again, but it wasn't very long until But in terms of time, we hadn't spent very long to the downside. We had 70 days from the top to the bottom, and then as it broke out, it was only 175 days. So basically 6 months from the previous all-time high to the breakout. Whereas we know from previous cycles, we had 400 days in the first bear market and around 360 days in the second bear market, going from the top here to the low. So this needs more time when we're looking at it from a cycle top to a cycle low, just like what we've seen now. So looking at it from the current top to the current low, the timing now is 378 days. So verging on that 400-day period before we got the green signal to turn. Now you'd note that we also have another green trend here where the trend has turned up after the market started to fall and has turned red. So looking at this in terms of a time frame again, from the top to the bottom, same sort of thing, around 77 days. We know that this period was 70 days from the top to the bottom. Now we're seeing 77 days. And so this is not long enough for the market to establish a cycle low before the market turns green. So we can identify false moves based on time frames. The time frame here was that it was not long enough for a cycle low to form. We've seen in the past it generally takes about 360 days to 420 days to develop a cycle low. So this here was a false break, turning the trend green. Then we had the collapse from that point, and of course the rest of the bear market continued. Now that we've passed that time frame, past that 360 to 400 days from the low, we've turned green once again. And in the past 2 cycles, this has led to the start of the bull market. Of course, plenty of volatility at the beginning. That has to be expected. Big moves to the upside, big moves to the downside, like we covered in yesterday's video. So pay attention to that. I'll leave a link to those videos at the end of this video. Overall, what this signal has showed us in the past is that it is the beginning of a bull market. Even though there can be extreme volatility like we looked at for yesterday, possibilities of tops coming in and falls of 30 to 60%. From wherever this particular rally peaks out, that is the price ranges that we could expect to the downside. The beauty with this indicator is that it is one simple indicator that is used across all time frames, the minutes, the hourlies, the dailies, weeklies, annuals, whatever it is that you're trading. This indicator helps identify those tops, the bottoms, and the areas that you could be placing stops for profit taking or entering positions. This is the indicator that we use for all of our trading, and it's something that all of our members use here at TIA Premium. So check out the link in the video description if you want to learn more, become a trader in cryptocurrencies or the stock markets, because it is one indicator that works across all charts. The Ganswing indicator also takes all the guesswork out of which way is the market trending. We're always trying to figure out whether the market's going up or down. As you can see with the back background colors, this gives you that signal of ups or downs. And of course, also adding in layers of indicators and filters across just this one tool allows us to get closer to the market for those extra profits and reducing the losses. I got more videos coming up on how you can use this indicator for your crypto trading, looking specifically at these swing tops. So make sure you've liked, subscribe, bell notification icon, and if you are trading the markets, check out the links for Bybit and BitGet for our international users, and no KYCs over there, and up to $38,000 of sign-up bonuses across these two exchanges. We also have free trading workshops coming up, but you'll have to use those links to get invited to the free trading workshops. Thanks once again, guys. I hope you've found tons of value from the content. I'll see you at the next one. Check out the links that are popping up on your left-hand side over here. Until the next one, peace out.